Welcome back, amazing students. I'm going to show you our next step for our coffee filter flowers today. So if you watched the previous video or if you came to our Google Meet on Friday, you would have seen how to add color to your coffee filters before you create your flowers. Here's one of my little flowers that I've created so far. Remember that your coffee filter, before you start this step, your coffee filters must be 100% dry. So if you created the color on your coffee filter today, you're going to want to wait to do this next step. If it's even a little damp, it's not going to work as well. So I've got my coffee filter. I need a pair of scissors and I need some tape. Let me get my tape out. You're going to want clear tape. The tape I have is double-sided, but you don't need double-sided tape. That's just what I had available. I like to start by cutting the edge so my edge of my flower isn't perfectly round. I feel like that gives it a more petally look because each petal is a little bit different. So I'm going to take my scissors. I'm not cutting very much of my coffee filter. I'm just going to cut kind of a wavy edge. If you don't have coffee filters and you have tissue paper works really well, and then you wouldn't need to dye it. So if you want to use tissue paper for some of your flowers, that works too. I'm not cutting too much of my edge off. I'm just trying to make my edge of my petals a little bit wavy. Now I'm going to cut from one side to the middle of my flower. I don't want to cut all the way through, and I don't want to cut too far to the edge. So right in the middle. So I'm going to cut just one line to the middle and stop. Before you start rolling up your flower, there's one more step. I'm going to take a skinny marker or a Sharpie. And before you make these into flowers, you could, if you'd like to, add a couple of prayer intentions onto your flower. So it'll get rolled up in your flower, but it'll be there as a prayer intention. Now I can roll up my flower. It helps to take a little piece of tape and tape the edge right here first so it stays put. I'm going to tape my edge down, and I'm going to just start rolling up my flower. I want to pinch and twist this bottom edge so that it stays together. I can use a piece of tape as well, but you want to pinch it and twist it first. So I'm pinching it between my thumb and pointer finger, and with my other hand, twisting. So I'm twisting it, so I'm holding it with one hand and twisting it with the other. You can add a little piece of tape just to make sure. Before I add a stick for my stem, oh, my tape came off. I want to kind of fold out some of these petals a little bit. So this flower, I folded a few of the petals out. So I'm going to fold a couple of the outside edge petals, kind of just folding and crumpling a little bit. It's going to make it look more like a flower and more natural. If it doesn't want to fold, I'm not going to force it because I don't really want to rip my flower. If you get a little rip, see, that's okay. It's not going to hurt. And so now I have my next flower. After I make a few of these, I can put them together in a bouquet and put them in a vase if I'd like. The last step for our coffee filter flowers is you need a stem. You can create a stem out of pretty much anything that is the right size and shape. So if you have a pipe cleaner, cleaners work really well. I just went and got a stick out of my yard because I do not have a pipe cleaner, but it'll work. I'm gonna take my stick, and the last step is just to tape my stick or my pipe cleaner.
You could also use a straw.
To my flower. If you are using a pipe cleaner, you can wrap the end of the pipe cleaner around your flower instead of taping it. Tape doesn't work very well on pipe cleaners because I'm using a stick, which is kind of damp from the rain. Make sure I get that tape on there really good. Now I have my first flower. You can continue to create as many flowers as you want. You can also layer a couple of our coffee filters together for a flower if you want a fluffier flower. There is a link right below here on our website to make a more complicated flower, but that requires a lot more coffee filters. I did not want to use that many coffee filters because I need them for coffee. Coffee is really important for teachers in the morning. Check out the other couple ideas for our Mother's Day gift. I hope your coffee filter flowers turned out amazing.